All right. Oh, look at the sun. I did not intend for that to be true. That's so sweet. Yeah. I had a hard day at work today. It was very difficult. I was very triggered. Um, and I was sitting in my car, kind of reeling from the experience. And I was hearing my higher self, my guides, like telling me like what to do. It was in this very step by step kind of approach. They were like, first do this, then do this, then do this. And I followed the instructions, and is it about to rain? I made my post on YouTube, and it's titled the same as this live video. It's called The Bright Dark, because I kept seeing that every time when I would I guess meditate before I went to sleep. I would hear the bright dark, the bright dark, the bright dark. It's also because I've been trying to write a song, and so I've been like shifting my gears in my brain for like song titles and lyrics, and that's the one that's kind of stuck with me. So I shared that in a community post after I wrote what I wrote. It's lovely. And there was this video, like this little short that I knew I was supposed to click on, and it was basically instructions from this like AI voice saying like what to do when you're experiencing something that you don't like to experience. And it was like, think of life as a movie, and you're in a scene right now that you don't like. So what does a director do when a scene is going in a way that doesn't fit their vision? They say cut, and then from there they give instructions on how like to correct the scene. And the little AI voice was like, speak it out loud, like, and she gave examples. She was like, from this situation I come out on top. And so I paused the video, and I said to myself, I said, this situation works out in my favor. And I immediately felt this lift, and my brain, like my thoughts shifted. So basically one of my coworkers is leaving. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. This is so cool how like I didn't intend to stand here, but like look how this is just perfect. I just listened to my intuition. One of my coworkers is leaving at the end of the week, and somebody just waved at me. Oh my gosh. This is what happened when you're attractive. A lot of people. Anyways, one of my other coworkers came up to me, and she was like talking to me and my boss, and she was like, what should we do? Like, we should do something to send off our coworker that's leaving. And she was like throwing out ideas. And then she brought a painting, and she was like, we can get so and so to do it. And I was like, I paint? I was like, I'm a painter person, I'm an artist. And she was like, yeah. She was like, we're about to leave, so you'll probably have to take it home. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it home. I'll go get something and I'll paint, something for the coworker that's leaving at home. And so after that, like the feelings and the pressure of the day just kept like pouring in. And so I get off work, and I feel in a way that I haven't felt in a long time, like this very like sadness, kind of panicked energy. And I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the instructions. Like I said, I listen to the AI voice thing that tells me like what to do. I do that. And like I said, my brain starts shifting. And so I'm sitting in the parking lot at Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, I'm here to like get this cardboard stuff so I can paint this sign for my coworker. And I wasn't looking forward to it. I was like, I don't want to get out. I'm feeling very like depressed almost. I'm feeling very down. I don't feel well. I don't want to have to get out and do this errand. But after that shift in my thoughts, it was like, what if you're supposed to paint? Like, with this being in my favor, like maybe it aligned just so, because what's the odds of like my coworker randomly having this idea, because we knew in advance like 2 weeks in advance for some people that my coworker was leaving. But today, and I just happened to be with my boss when this conversation was had, like, I'm supposed to paint. And so I like got excited about that. I was like, oh, like I'm here to paint. I haven't painted in years. I used to paint all the time. It's so funny because last night I stayed up and watched The Notebook. And it's Notebook, you know, with Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. And I got to work today, and I work with kids, and we had a new kid at my center today, my clinic, and his name was Noah. And so I was like, that's crazy, because I just watched The Notebook with Noah and Allie. And in the movie, Allie kept saying, like, I don't paint anymore, like I used to paint. I don't paint anymore, I used to paint. Like, she said that to, like, I don't know, 3 different people. She said it 3 different times. And I didn't think that was like a personal message for me, but apparently it was. Like, I haven't painted in years. I used to do so many things. I used to write stories and write poetry constantly. I have books of poetry in my closet. I have a wall of paintings in my house that I used to do. So I'm gonna paint. But me painting isn't the reason for this live. This was to share, for one, that like I'm not perfect, and that's what makes me perfect. I feel like in a lot of my videos, because I'm often channeling, I have this very sunny disposition. I can be very, very happy and very glowy. And while that's true, like, it's not to say that I don't have like these harder days and that I don't experience these harsher emotions. But even within these, I'm still perfect, and I still love myself. I still accept myself in all ways. And to kind of just connect back to like why I was feeling this way earlier, I feel like there's been like, I never know what to call it, because it's like on one hand like it's an attack, but like is it, it's yours, it's a clearing. Like you can see anything in multiple ways, you know. But basically it was this energy that I was feeling of like trying to humble me, or like to like shame me for being confident, because I'm typically a very confident person. And that's one of the reasons I don't like to work in corporate America, or just corporations, period. Because it's, you know, they feed off of your light, and a part of that has to do with them keeping you in a place of disempowerment. And I guess I can just give an example. It's a lot of these like evaluations. I had this at my old job where you get evaluated and scored. And one of the first steps in that process was where I had to score myself. I had to go through and score myself on everything. And I put myself damn near perfect on everything. I was like, I'm great. I had a lot of confidence. I'm like, I'm doing a great job. I feel very proud of myself. Like, and then I went in, then I went in with my boss at the time, and she was telling me, oh, well, I wouldn't score myself this high because you're not this and you're not that. And today I had one of those evaluations. I haven't had one since that last job that was like that. And I feel like I wouldn't have had an issue with the evaluation. It's just that it happened today. I feel like I need to say this in order to like take back my power and like continue clearing this, because obviously it came up for a reason. So I will say this now. Trigger warning, 624. Trigger warning. If you're in a vulnerable space, click out at this point. Or not, you know, the trigger warning. So basically at work today, the child that I was with kissed another kid like on the mouth, like in this very kind of like vigorous, forceful kind of way. And I was fucking shocked because I hadn't seen anything like that. And it was, the way that it happened was in this kind of like closed off area. in the playground. Like, it was an enclosed area, and I wouldn't have seen it if my intuition hadn't kicked in and been like, go in there with them. And so, like, there was that extra added element of like this intentionality behind it, the like chosen location of the kid, and it pulled back all these memories of when I was in the first grade, I believe, and where similar things happened to me, where I don't know if you call it assault if it's another kid, but I'm gonna say assault, where I was assaulted and exposed to all of these sexual things when I was only, what, 6 years old in my classroom. And it would happen pretty often. It never went noticed by the teacher, and I don't think my mother even knows. And this is something I haven't thought about in years. I guess I've kind of thought about it, but it's definitely not something that I've like sat down and been like, this happened to me, and like, let's clear through that. Because in the meantime, I have been working, and I have done very, very well in terms of healing different assaults that have happened to me at an age before that. That's what I've been working on the last year. And so this wasn't like, because in comparison, it's like more minor, I suppose. And so that trauma got brought up today. And at my job, you know, corporations, there's like no time to process. I don't get to go and like sit down for an hour and be like, like, let me unpack this, or let me sit with this feeling. I literally had 7 fucking minutes, really 5, to like snap, you know, back into, okay, I need to go out and work and protect these kids. It was a lot of mixed emotions because both kids are innocent in this happening, in this incident. Both kids are innocent, but I couldn't help but like, I don't know, be extremely triggered by that. And so after that happened today, I was not in a good mood at all. And suddenly my boss sprang on me that she's gonna evaluate me today when I'm with a kid. And what's so funny about this is that I have been working on manifesting a different, how do you want to say, different career. I've been working on manifesting like a different reality where I don't have to work 5 days a week, where I'm able to be financially independent and really just independent in all ways that are, you know, possible at this state in our, you know, collective consciousness anyways. And my intuition kept telling me like, just let it happen, just relax, don't go to anybody about money, don't look for any jobs, don't try to force anything. Like, what's yours will be coming to you. Like, you don't need to worry. And I did not listen to my intuition on that. And yesterday I messaged my operational manager about when I would be getting my increase, my pay increase, because I am due for one. And she was saying yada yada yada, and she was like, by next week for sure. And so boom, today my boss sprang on me this evaluation in order to get a pay raise. And it was just kind of this feeling of like, this is why, like, you need to like allow divine timing. Because when you force, like, when, as I've said before, like, we all create our reality. I've created my reality all the time, but this is what happens when you kind of like manifest a reality that's like out of alignment with your highest, like the highest reality for you. And it's hard to like see why certain things need like, I don't know, divine timing from this perspective. And this is one of the situations where I saw why. It's so interesting. I'm sitting here and like it's getting darker and I see this, yeah, these streaks of rain coming towards me. Ah, me and the weather. It's so cool. But yeah, that was one of the things. Keep getting dragonflies come up to me. I'm on leave soon. I got you. I just read the little comments. This shit is fucking hilarious. People are funny. Ooh. But yes, this is your reminder that you do create your reality, and that like if there's any delays or anything, or if you've been trying and like, you know, setting the intention, surrendering and stuff, and things still haven't been happening in the way that you want them to happen, it is for your highest good. It's for a reason. You have to trust yourself, because ultimately that's who it is kind of orchestrating these things, is your highest self, is yourself, your more awake self, whatever you want to call it. That's the person, that's the being, the soul that's orchestrating these things. So like ultimately it comes down to trusting yourself. But even this I'm grateful for, because it was yet another opportunity for me to like really practice self-love, because it's very easy to be like, oh, I love myself when like, you know, things are going well or things are going good. But it's like this energy that I was in today was very, very challenging, because I could hear like this voice. It was like telling me like, let me step over. I could hear this voice and it was telling me like, you thought you were so good, but you're not. It could have been that I was like hearing my boss's thoughts, because I do that often. I hear people's thoughts, because there were things she was correcting me for. And train people, like I'm so cool. I train people at my job. And like there were things, like basic things that like she had to correct with me today, and so it was just like voice I could hear saying like, oh, you thought like you were so good enough to train people, but you got like these things wrong. And so if you go read my post, The Bright Dark, I talk about like how like I'm not good, or I'm not great, or I'm not lovable because of anything that I do or I don't do. I am lovable because I am love. Like I just am. There's nothing I need to do to earn that. They're saying like something about these places. So here in front of me is LA Fitness, the Signature Club, and that's the one I used to have like a membership to specifically. I don't know why they're wanting me to talk about this, but yeah, I used to have a what's it called, membership to the Signature Club, and I chose this one specifically because the regular LA Fitness that's by my house, it has like a basketball court, and so there's like a lot of guys in there, and it could be uncomfortable, you know, all the stairs and stuff. And the Signature Club is like, it doesn't have a gym in there, and it's like more like mature people, so they would leave me alone. But the energy of it never felt right. It never made me feel happy to be there. It never made me feel pleased to be there. And so even though I was in a great, like, I feel like very blessed or bemored place to be able to have a membership there, I canceled it. And I don't know, I feel like since then I've been healthier than ever. But there's one of my coworkers who's also my friend. He was asking me about like if I work out, because he works out all the time. And I was like, no, I don't. Like I intentionally do not go to the gym. I intentionally do not like work out on exercise machines. I told him I walk slowly, and then I go on long walks. But I don't know. I feel like maybe the reason why I feel called to share this is to say like, just because society or whomever is telling you that something is like good for you, or it's societally agreed upon that something is like the right thing to do or the healthy thing to do, if your own intuition, if your own instincts, if your own God self is telling you that like it's not for you, then you should probably listen to that voice. Yeah, it's so interesting. There's somebody that I was subscribed to, and I did not want to be subscribed to them anymore, but I kind of know them, and so like out of loyalty I kept being subscribed to them. But every time they would post, I would feel this like irritation. And today I was like, fuck it, like I'm feeling uncomfortable with this. I'm going to unsubscribe. And actually that was one of the steps today that I was told to do, was to watch one of their videos. And I watched it and it was exactly what I needed to hear. But at the same time, like, I still don't want to, I don't know, go back and subscribe. So, and I feel like it's the same thing, like there's this thing with this membership or being like this loyalty program to something. Like, it's okay to, what's it called? It's okay to annul. It's okay to unsubscribe or cancel a membership. It's okay to cut off a tie to something. That doesn't mean like that, I don't know, that you hate something or that you're neglectful or that you're doing something wrong or that you're being unhealthy. As I've been expressing this whole time, like, your intuition is holy ground. It's sacred and it has a higher perspective. And so, like, trust it more than anything, to lead you home. I feel like that's also something that I was thinking of recently. What the hell is that? Yeah, I don't know, where did that come from? I remember saying it, like, going home. I was like, I'm going home. Maybe from the book that I'm reading? I'm not sure. But anyways, thank you so much for being here with me. Holy shit! That's why the noise. I was like, why was that a loud noise? And it was for me to turn around. Because look at this. Look at this. A big ass fucking feather. If you go read my my post that I just made on my Substack, I talk about how I keep seeing single feathers. And by I keep seeing, I mean like everywhere. Like, I got home from San Antonio and there was a single black feather caught in this web right outside my door. So it was like it's floating in the air. Since then I've been seeing feathers everywhere, like at my job, on the playground, in the back. And like, so I saw that same feather, one of the kids must have brought it inside, but it was like inside in the cafe. And then like when I was walking into work today, there was another one on the ground as I went into work. So maybe like something about going home, like feathers. I'm gonna do more digging as to the exact message, but isn't that so crazy? That sound went off, and if that car hadn't made the sounds, I wouldn't have turned around, and I wouldn't have seen this feather. This is the biggest one so far. If you know what these things mean, let me know. But obviously it's probably like a personal meaning for it. It's about to rain. I'm very happy about that. As I said before, I'm very connected to the storm dragon, and this is her, so this is me. I always have I don't know, I was thinking the other day, I was like, am I like controlling the weather, or like is the weather controlling me? Because it often reflects my moods. Like, whenever I have like a lot of emotions that are like strong, it always like randomly rains because it was sunny. Rains out of nowhere. I'm gonna just stay on until I get to my car. Black girl hair, black girl with the black girl hair. Took a little sun kiss just to look like this. God sent you an angel. It's a bunch of teens sitting on the curb. I miss being a teen, but I also was never like other teens. I was always like this. That's cool. What'd it say? Senior year. Jeep. senior year is the last year, the last time. So there's a finality to something. Something's coming to a beautiful end that leads to an even grander beginning. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much.